working against one since 1988. And in fact, I was just at the Massachusetts State House a few days ago distributing information, myself and some of our supporters, trying to expose the myths behind Article 5. And it's interesting, there are two groups here. There are people on the left and people on the right. The left-wing groups tend to be groups like Wolfpack, which was founded by Cenk Uygur, that no one's going to accuse him of being a constitutionalist. And by the way, as an aside, the man that was arrested at the nation's capital for throwing the Russian flags in Trump's direction, he used to be their executive director of Wolfpack, yes. And he actually, I should be honored. The other group, which is gaining influence in some conservative circles, is Convention of States. And I walked onto these people, and there are some decent people that are involved, but there are some people that aren't so decent. In fact, a few years ago, I was accused, myself and the fellows, of bribing a state senator in New Hampshire to change his vote, which is so ludicrous. We still ended up getting that resolution killed. Convention of States, if you go to their website, they have a little promo video that Michael Farris did. He was the former, he's he's no longer with them. And he said that they want structural change of the Constitution. Well, folks, that should be a red flag for any patriot, any person advocating limited government.
Yes.
You cannot control an Article 5 convention. Now, it's in the Constitution, but it's interesting.
Let me interject here, Hal. What I want is structural implementation of the Constitution, which we don't have. And if we've got these people here who are telling us that they ignore everything that is in the Constitution, then you got people in open defiance of it, like this guy who walks out at the moment of silence. They want to take down that aspect of it and effectively have to a large degree. But when we look at everything in the Constitution, it doesn't resemble anything at all like we see in government. So why would I trust these people who take an oath to the Constitution? Why would I trust them to amend it in a committee to make it easier for them to amend the Constitution? I don't trust these people. Obey the Constitution first, then we'll talk about it.
Then we'll talk about it. In fact, I think there are probably a few amendments that most of us will like to see repealed, maybe the 17th, maybe the 16th. But I'd rather deal with those than suffer the problem of losing the whole Constitution. And there are some people who say they're going to rewrite the whole thing. They don't have to rewrite the whole thing. They just sort of redefine certain amendments. There was an ex-Supreme Court justice whose name eludes me right now. He's saying our Constitution is flawed and needs to be radically changed. And he's one of the advocates of an Article 5 convention. So it's just
just go into the Second Amendment and just say, strike out that part there where it says of the people, the right of the people. Just take that out. And then it'll just be, hey, we can have a National Guard, which is what they try to tell people the Second Amendment is about. They swear allegiance to this thing. And again, the analogy that I always use with kids when I'm talking to them, maybe you use this at Camp Constitution, is Lord of the Rings. Remember, there was the rightful king, and then there were the unfaithful stewards who had sworn allegiance to the king, but they took control of the actual government. And that's what we have here. The real king is the Constitution. They swear allegiance to that king, and they're simply temporary stewards. But instead, they have set themselves up as dictators, and that's exactly what we're seeing out of Washington. There's absolutely no effort to obey the Constitution.
What's interesting, I live in Boston, and our mayor is a big sanctuary city advocate. And when we patriots talk about nullification, the 10th Amendment, they call us neo-Confederates, they call us other names, but aren't yet interesting. The transgender flag, they fly the flag of Cuba, the flag of Communist China, which is illegal in Massachusetts, but that's another issue. All of a sudden, our mayor is a staunch constitutionalist, and he said the First Amendment says you can't do it. Well, the First Amendment doesn't say that. The religious clause says that Congress will not create a religion.
They'll not establish a religion, exactly.
We'll pass a law establishing, respecting the establishment of religion, nor denying the free exercise thereof. And thankfully, we have a Liberty Counsel is taking the case, and we're going to be filing a lawsuit. And I think we're going to have a lot of people. When we do finally do this in City Hall Plaza, we're going to have a lot of people from...
the irony of that, Hal, is that Massachusetts is the very best example of what establishment truly is. And how even after they passed the First Amendment, said Congress shall not establish any law prohibiting the free exercise of religion, they continued to have a state-funded religion in Massachusetts until the 1840s. That was an established religion. That wasn't a religion that was established by the state, and the First Amendment didn't even prohibit that. People who wrote it understood what it was about. That's